joined now by the Minister for the Middle East and Africa, James Cleverly, representing the government this morning. Hello to you, Mr. Cleverly. Thank you for joining us on the programme. What is the plan to save the gas industry?
Well, Kwasi Kwarteng, the energy minister, the business minister, has had a series of meetings with the industry to ensure that the consumers here in the UK are protected, and they're protected both from the increase potentially in gas prices through the energy price cap that we have in place, but also to ensure that we have continuity of supply. And the message that he's put out, and he put out a series of tweets that people can look at if they wish to, is that because of the mix of where we get our energy from, we are in a better place than many other countries that are also feeling the pinch from this increase in wholesale gas supply. And that we will absolutely do everything we can to protect consumers, to make sure we have a vibrant energy supply market.
55 businesses, I believe, in the sector, according to this morning's front page of the Financial Times. There could only be 6 to 10 left by the end of the year, that according to the industry. This is pretty grim stuff.
Well, as I say, the business sector has already had a series of meetings. He will be having others, I am certain. And what we are doing is working to ensure that we do two things, and that is to protect consumers from what has been a global increase in gas prices, but also to ensure the security of energy supply and energy provision to those consumers. And we're in a pretty good place here in the UK because, of course, we have our own domestic gas supply, but we also receive gas from really very reliable partners like Norway, for example. So we're in a better place than many other countries around the world.
Will the government bail out small suppliers who are in danger of going bust?
Well, as I say, the business sector has had and will continue to have meetings with the sector. The priority is to make sure that we protect provision for consumers and to ensure that they aren't hit by unforeseeable or unpredictable significant increase in gas prices. And those discussions will be ongoing. Exactly how we do that will be up for discussion, of course, but those are our priorities.
So that's not a no then, is it? I mean, if we see all these businesses starting to potentially go bust, in order to try to protect people's gas supplies, the government's going to have to step in and help them, aren't they?
Well, as I say, I'm not going to speculate as to exactly how we do this, but I can assure you that the conversations that the business sector has already had have been very productive, and we will ensure the protection of consumers, as I say, from the price inflations that we're seeing all over the world, but also we're very, very conscious of the importance of protecting that energy supply as well. So, again, the article that I'm referring to, I'm sure you've seen it on the front of the FT this morning, talks about a northern-style bad bank where if there are lots of people whose gas suppliers are going under, they all need to be put under one umbrella, protected by the state, in order to make sure that all of the other businesses don't go under as well. I'm guessing that just good governance means that you have to be looking at something like that. Well, as I say, we're considering the options, and I'm not going to speculate as to exactly how we address this, but we've moved quickly. The business sector, as I say, has already had a series of meetings about this, both last week and over the weekend, and we've got a very clear idea of what our priorities need to be in terms of protecting consumers and protecting the security of our energy supply. So
you're not ruling it out then?
Okay, you keep asking me and I keep giving you the same answer. We are considering a range of options. The business sector has met with the energy supply companies, and our priorities are to protect consumers and also to protect the security of our energy supply. And we will look at a range of options, no doubt, but I'm not going to rule anything in or commit to anything here on your show this morning, I'm afraid. OK,
let me try from a different angle. I'm sure my viewers are very anxious this morning about what's going to happen as far as their gas is concerned, or energy bills are concerned, when they hear that of 55 companies, only 6 to 10 could be left standing by the end of the year. How potentially might the public be expected to pay for that? There is an energy price cap of £139 for next month. Could that go higher?
Well, the energy price cap is there not to completely prevent energy prices ever going up, but it's about making sure that there are no sudden, unexpected, unpredictable big hikes in prices. So the energy price cap has always been designed to move gently upwards. But the big thing is to prevent, as I say, big, unpredictable spikes in consumer prices. The other thing, of course, that the government has put in is a whole series of measures to protect the poorest families in the country through things like winter fuel support, and also to make it easier for people to switch providers to get the best deal. So, as I say, our priority remains to protect consumers and also to protect the security of our energy supply.
So just to clarify, that £139 lift cap for next month, that is going to stay at that until 6 months' time when you look at it again?
Yeah, as I say, it's about providing predictability for consumers, and that the energy price cap policy is in place. It has protected hundreds of thousands of consumers already and will continue to do so.
OK, how worried are we about food supplies and the like, and concerns about carbon dioxide? It's a little bit complicated, but just for the benefit of our viewers this morning, we haven't got enough carbon dioxide. It could mean that animal husbandry is a challenge over the next couple of weeks, and also some operations within the NHS. Now, I found it surprising that you need carbon dioxide for some NHS hospital operations, apparently, but you do. What is being put in place by the government to make sure that that supply is sorted out?
Well, the points that you raise, once again, we find ourselves in a situation that many countries in the world are experiencing. The logistics industry, which underpins a lot of the movement of products like CO2, we know the situation there. And what we're looking to do is twofold. Firstly, is to make sure that in the medium term and beyond, that the UK is increasingly self-sufficient in terms of things like food production, but also in terms of people in the logistics chain, HGV drivers, that kind of stuff. And in the shorter term, obviously, we are looking cross-government at what we need to do to address what might be some short-term shortages in these things. Again, these are things that we're discussing. We discuss them with the industry. We discuss them cross-government. And we will ensure that we are able to put food on the tables. Obviously, that is a real priority. And as I say, we're looking cross-government on how we address this. OK, so Alok Sharma has been talking about it, as you say. You've quoted him several times during the course of the interview. He's pretty relaxed about things at the moment. Prime Minister on his way to New York, less relaxed, saying that there will be some supply shortages. Where are you sitting on that scale? Well, we already know that right across the world we have seen, for example, HGV drivers, and it's not unique to the UK, a shortage of HGV drivers. As I say, we are taking measures to address that. You say about the Prime Minister travelling to New York, and a big part of the work he is going to do there is actually to get the world focused on some of the issues that we have to address collectively to make sure that we have things like food security in the future. And addressing climate change is a really important part of that. And that's very much part of the conversations that he'll be having over in New York at the United Nations General Assembly.